Hey everyone, welcome to YouTube channel of Projekt Perfumery India. This video is going to be a little bit different than what we have been doing so far. So far we've been talking about brands which are from outside, and basically those are the bigger brands. This video will be talking about our own brands. And trust me guys, nobody else carries such indie brands in India, and only people who have love for perfumes will actually get the feel of this brand. So these are not very popular, and quite possible you haven't heard about these brands ever. And if you're into perfumes and you have heard this brand, then I'll appreciate that guys, because only a real connoisseur of perfume who has got love for perfumes and not affected by the marketing, because you know the other Western brands, they emphasize so much on marketing that they literally dump the fragrances which are not so great just by sheer good marketing, spending millions on marketing, and they just make them famous, right? These guys do not spend too much on marketing, and that's why they whatever you're paying is for the actual fragrance, and you're not covering their marketing expenses. So that's a good thing. And if you got like the real love for perfumes, these fragrances will connect to your heart or your soul, because every perfume we talk about, indie perfumes, have a story behind it, and that is what the real perfumery is. Saying that, we started about 2 years back, and we knew that we had our vision clear what we're gonna do. So since Perfumery started, we started working on our own brand. Then we faced a lot of challenges, so it took us good 2 years to come up with the results. And trust me guys, these are the first set of our own fragrances which we have made in collaboration with a UK based house who has provide technical assistance, and they have put us with the best technology available in perfumery, the best presentation available, and that's how we have come up with this line in India. So all products are licensed under TrudiBleu London, that's based in UK. And apart from that, the fragrances are made by top-notch manufacturers who manufacture for most of the niche brands. The whole idea is to get the niche fragrances, the niche, when I say niche, the niche quality fragrances, not the niche price, to hit the Indian shelf. And we have been, it's been 2 weeks we started this, and trust me guys, the results have been phenomenal. Everybody loved it. So this idea works. So that was the main pilot which we have succeeded, and now we'll be rolling fragrances, great fragrances, one by one to the Indian audience, right guys? First thing, these fragrances are made in India. When I say made in India, they are only bottled in India. The manufacturer, the ingredients, the extract, the compound has come from the leading manufacturers from Switzerland, from USA, from Barcelona, Spain. So only thing that we have done in India is to put them all together. That ways we save a lot of duties, about 30 to 35%. We save on logistic charges, which is 10 to 15% of the overall cost. So just by saving these two things, we have come down to half the cost. So these fragrances are marketed for 5,999, 6,000. Same quality, if we would have manufactured outside India, it would have costed 12,000. You see guys, these cutting down these two expenses have made a lot of difference. You're getting the actual quality, the niche quality at the designer price. So without wasting any time, we'll just get started. This video will be covering 3 brands. The first one is TrudiBleu London, that we have recently launched. You can check out the website TrudiBleuLondon.com. And we have put discovery sets on perfumery.co.in on 100% cashback offer just for this video, so you can try out these fragrances and see honest attempt of making niche perfumes in India. And we would love to have your feedback. And once you like any of the fragrances, we give your money back, the money you've spent on samples. So 100% cashback. Right, let's get started with this. So these are the 4 bottles we have. There are 4 fragrances: Belle Rose Ambre, Citrus Vanille, Dolce Pineapple, and Italian Neroli. I'll be quickly covering them one by one, and I have arranged these bottles as per the user feedback. We have given out over 1,200 samples to our audience, and I personally connected with them and took the feedback. In the order of popularity, let's talk about Belle Rose Ambre. You see this bottle guys, this is the heavy quality, heavy duty bottle that houses like Guerlain, houses like Nicolai, all expensive houses who sell their products for 30,000 and plus, they use the same quality of bottle. You see guys, so that is the very minimal presentation we have kept, with a very basic simple cap in a high quality. Basically this creates, the atomizer also has a patented technology in it. That means once fixed, they create a vacuum so that juice does not get affected, right? This is the first one, Belle Rose Ambre. As far as the notes go, of course roses, as the name says, rose is the major component. So this is a rose based fragrance. Along with rose, there are citruses playing around, which gives that rose an opulency. Rose with citrus, so you know citrus projects the best, right? So when the citrus is projecting in this, they carry the aroma of rose around. On the dry down, there is saffron in it, which is another elegant ingredient in perfumery. And at the dry down, there is slight hint of oud as well. So that is what the note composition is: rose, lemons, saffron, and slight oud, almost negligible. But yeah, it's there as the backbone of the product, right? It's the first spray, right? I've did 3 sprays, and I can bet the person sitting at the other corner of the room can get a whiff of it. That's how magical this stuff is. We sold in 2 weeks. We have sold over 28 bottles of this one, which is a great number, and all of the sales have been made after we gave out the sample, so we haven't pushed any sales so far. People whiffed the sample, they loved it. The best part about this fragrance, the people who hate rose, they do not love rose at all, those guys have actually loved it. So all this while, if you think rose is not for you, you don't like rose fragrances, you should give it a shot. Trust me guys, you're gonna love it. This is a unisex fragrance, men as well as women love it. So I've given it to guys, and their wife, their girlfriend, their sister actually stole it from them. That's how it is. It's actually a masculine rose which is delicate at the same time, so it will appeal to both the genders. So this is Belle Rose Ambre. So far people have been claiming 10 to 12 hours. This is a beast mode fragrance. Going to the second one, I'm going to put it back to its place. I am going to show you a little bit about presentation too with the next one. Say this one is, so this fragrance is actually handcrafted in Switzerland. The actual compound has come from Switzerland for Belle Rose Ambre. Coming to citrus vanille, you see, as the name says, it's citrus and vanilla. I'll just quickly show you the presentation so that we don't. This is how the box looks like. It's pastel color box. There are if you see here, it says the fragrance name, citrus vanille, and handcrafted and fragrance made in Switzerland. Belle Rose Ambre, and these both are coming from Switzerland. It shows the ingredients in it. These are all as per the regulatory requirements. I'll tell you why there are not many Indian houses, because in India there are so many regulations pertaining to fragrances. If you're manufacturing a fragrance, you have to comply to a lot of regulation. That is one thing. That's why, you know, most of the niche fragrances are not made in India. Second thing is the quantity. You go to any manufacturer, they would be talking 10,000 MOQ, 20,000 MOQ. So that's the reason. And niche fragrances are not made in such huge quantities. So that's probably 2 reasons why there are not many niche houses from India. But this is a first honest attempt to make impossible possible, right? So in this shows the company it's marketed by, that's our company basically. There's the barcode here, there's a print price, there is a manufacturing date, there is expiry date, then there is the all licensing information, because we are based in Gujarat, not just in Gujarat, in across India. Handling alcohol at commercial level requires a lot of documentation, and basically there are audits going on, government audits are going on. So yeah, that thing basically hinders the niche production in India, but we have worked it out in 2 years and the results are here. This is how the box look like. Here's here where the fragrance is resting. There's a nice cutout inside. So this box itself is somewhat, in the box we haven't put much on the presentation, but if you see the normal designer presentation, say Dior, they use this very light boxes and they are actually 8,000 plus price range. So this is what we didn't want it, so we kept a heavy box. Soon we'll be coming up with a luxury presentation as well, so people would have choice to choose between a basic box if they don't care about the boxes. If you're gifting it and presentation is important, in niche, yes, presentation is important, we'll have a luxury presentation, so you can choose between both of them, putting it back. Now coming to citrus vanille, right? This is my personal favorite. Like I said, even I wasn't a rose lover, but yeah, Belle Rose Ambre changed my opinion as well. But still, it takes time for rose to develop on you. So citrus vanille is my favorite from this line. Giving 2 sprays. This is not as opulent as Belle Rose Ambre that you can sniff at the other corner of the room, but this is so subtle and different. It's like actually made for India, because it's citrus. Everybody loves freshies. Vanilla is also there. Vanilla is one note. no perfumer messes with, and because it's very tough to get vanilla along with other fragrances, like say tobacco vanilla from Tom Ford, tobacco vanilla. That was an experiment which did wonders. Otherwise, why nobody else thought of tobacco and vanilla together? Because vanilla is a risky note to deal with. Coming to citrus vanilla, the top notes are citruses, there is rum, there are spices. Now the main, once you spray it, what you get is purely vanilla and rum drenched together. Citruses are always there since first spray till the dry down until the end. This one gives good 8 to 10 hours, 8 hours plus. This is number 2 as per the public opinion. I would say Belle Rose and Citrus Vanille stands together. We did a survey. I'll be publishing that survey as well. I'll consolidate and put the charts, what people said about these fragrances, because it's very important when you're doing a project like this. It has to be two-way communication. Till now in perfumery, there used to be one-way communication where brands are marketing, brands are dumping products on you, they are changing your psychology to buy a product. Here, what we have done different is a two-way communication. Since day one of this product has been launched, we have been taking continuous feedback from people sharing the results, so that whatever we are saying holds artifacts behind it, that holds the data behind it to support that particular statement, right? Coming to Citrus Vanille, people compared it with Allure Edition Blanche, but this is of course niche, much better quality. Edition Blanche goes 4-5 hours at max. People claim this as the niche version of Edition Blanche by Allure, but trust me guys, these fragrances are nothing like anything. They are completely different in original formulation. Yes, perfumery is like that. A fragrance will match to some other fragrance, yeah, because that's the nature. How there are the zodiac signs. There are 12 zodiac signs, and in 12 zodiac signs and millions and billions of people. Same thing works in perfumery. There are 12 to 20 or say 50 ingredients in billions of perfumes. So something will overlap. I hope you get that. So that's why people compared it with something. Another fragrance people compared it with is George of Uden, which is very hard to get and quite expensive, 30,000 plus for 100 ml. So this is, people who are using Uden claim this to be a better version of that. So at 1/5 price, you're getting a better version of Uden. Who doesn't want that? But guys, these are nothing like anything before, but only thing is the comparison. For a layman, for a new brand, to make them explain, they oftenly compare it with, like, you're buying this, a new car launched on day one, they start comparing, like Jeep Compass launched and they compare with Creta, they compare with Tucson, while they are all original creations. So that's what I'm talking about. This is Citrus Vanille, wonderful for Indian summers, and this is all season scent, winter, summers. It will be like 12 months with you. Okay, this Citrus Vanille from TrudiBleu London, my favorite from this line and people's favorite too. People who love freshies, this for them. 10 hours, easy. So first one, Belle Rose Amber, second Citrus Vanille. We are going a little bit slow, so we'll speed it up. So these are the next two. One is Dolce Pineapple, other is Italian Neroli. Now we have kept name very simple so that people, after looking at the name, they should know how it's gonna smell like. So this one is Dolce Pineapple. Of course, it's nothing like Aventus. It's an entirely different scent altogether. So this is more like fruit pulp with musk. Pineapple is dominant. Plus it's more other fruits playing around. I would say something on lines of Acento or Arba Pura. So a fruitiness like that and not like Aventus, right guys? This is that. And people who love the new age modern shelf fragrances like Sauvage, talk about CH Privé. On similar lines, people who are into high-end designers like Chanel, Dior, they loved it the most. This is Dolce Pineapple. As it's a freshie, it's a summer fragrance. The whole line is more citrus dominant because we have kept the Indian audience in mind, and fragrance have blended out in a true European way. So this is how most of the sophisticated minimal brands would smell or look like. So this is something like that, right? Dolce Pineapple, people who love a fragrance like Sauvage, CH Privé, or the modern age fragrances, they would love it. They love this one. Performance wise, this is 6 to 8 hours because the notes are a bit volatile. It's fruity and citruses, so it's a little bit on the volatile side, but till the time it stays, it's amazing. If you are an outgoing persona, you love clubbing, you go to office and you're one of those guys who jumps around different cubicles, this is for you. Coming to the next one, this is called Italian Neroli. Neroli, when we were thinking about a line for India, Neroli was number one, because Neroli has been in our culture, in our upbringing so much that it connects to you directly. I mean, this is something which would actually this would be nostalgic. I mean, this will take you to the time in your childhood where there used to be so many fragrances which had Neroli. I mean, every product, say 15 years back, be it talcum powder, be it the body lotion, be it soaps, yeah, they were Neroli dominant. So this would take you back in the time. Coming to the notes of Italian Neroli. So Neroli is of course the backbone of the fragrance. Then we have cedar wood in it, we have slight booziness of rum in it, and all in all this is a very good high-end niche freshie. This is like high-end freshie, simple. That's Italian Neroli. Nothing like Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford or Bright Neroli by Ferrari. Those are more sharp Neroli. This is little subtle Neroli, which is more on the citric side, more of a citrus and Neroli combination. And after dry down, it has some woody aspect as well of cedar wood. For people who are 30-32 plus, who love sophisticated, not so loud fragrances and the freshies, this one is for you. So Italian Neroli. Someone compared it with another scent, and it was the best compliment we have ever got, or a fragrance would ever get. Someone compared it with the niche version of Roca's Louis. Who doesn't know about Roca's Louis? It's a legendary fragrance. I mean, I started my career. Actually, I started 5 years back, but then in 2013-14, I got hold of 500 bottles of Roca's Louis. That was the time when people who were hunting for it. Now, somebody hunting for Roca's Louis, I call them more of a connoisseurs, more of a frag heads. They came in touch with me after I put like Roca's Louis on sale on various platforms like eBay as well. So that is like the best compliments any fragrance would ever get. That comparison with Roca's Louis, we have done our job perfect. So I won't say much about it. You love Neroli, you love fresh fragrances, you love mature fragrances, go for this one. It's the Italian Neroli. I would call it more of the suit scent, the blazer scent. You're wearing a blazer. And this will give you that mature feeling with that coolness added to it. So that's Italian Neroli. So guys, this was the whole line of TrudiBleu London. I would insist you guys to check it out. The whole team has worked so hard in creating something with heart for India, which has been missing a niche house, and hopefully we get succeeded in it. We need all your best wishes, and do check it out, the discovery set. For this video, we have kept 100% cashback offer on discovery packs, $9.99 for 4 samples, 5 ml each. Buy them from perfumery.co.in. If you end up liking any of these, we give you $9.99 back, and you can take that discount on buying a full bottle. Right guys, this was TrudiBleu London, coming to our second release of 2018, the second house. Now this is again an independent house. There is a face to it, there is a person attached to it. We can talk to that person and ask them about these fragrances. What's the story behind it? They're gonna answer it. None of the brands does it. Even niche house don't do it. So that's the beauty of indie houses. I'm talking about Gallagher Fragrances. The man behind this line is Daniel Gallagher. He's on Facebook. You can reach him out. You can directly message him. That's the beauty of indie houses, right? Gallagher Fragrances. I think this guy is a self-taught perfumer. Started 1.5 years back. If you check Fragrantica base notes, amazing reviews for all of the creation, especially the newer ones. So I'm just covering the line. I'm gonna tell you my top fragrances in this one. I love smoky fragrances. I love smoky fragrances because during evening time, that's what works the best. I mean, again, if you are wearing something smoky, that gives a very a dominating feeling that you're here, you're gonna dominate the entire party, right? So that's called Bergamus Noir. I'll tell you why it's missing the sticker later on. Coming to the line of Gallagher Fragrances, first thing, they are very high quality. Second thing, they are amazingly long lasting. Third thing, they are very unique. Nothing like this. Now they have like 2 series. One is core series, second is the silk series. Coming to the core series, the scents, I'll tell you, Daniel was running out on bottles. His bottles and boxes will be arriving in April, but we cannot wait to try this out. So I got the decanter packs for now, and we are giving out discovery sets of rest of all fragrances. Only 2 fragrances we have in full presentations as of now, right? So the first one on this is called Evergreen Dreams. This is a green scent. I'm gonna read out the notes for you. The notes are printed here. That's really helpful. Galbanum, Cashmere, lavender, pine resin, patchouli, and oak moss. So all these notes are quite, I would say, more of like in 80s most of the fragrances had these components. So this reminds me of 80s, but in a much sophisticated way. This is called Evergreen Dream. It's more of a Chypre kind of fragrance. Chypre is basically more like in like you have 80s fragrances mostly are aromatic flowers, Chypre. So this will take you there. So these are more of a fusion. This particular one, you cannot fit them into one single genre. So that's Evergreen Dream by Gallagher Fragrances. Second one I have is the blast of freshness. I mean, oh my god, you smell it and you are into what you transport it to a different world altogether. It's called Amongst Waves. That's a recent launch, already a hit in US. If you go check the reviews, everybody is posting about it. So coming to the notes: green apple, honeydew, lime zest, sea salt, aquatic notes, and patchouli. I would say this is the longest lasting freshie I have encountered, and people, and this one is actually sold out. People took 10 ml and 30 ml samplers, and this was the first one to go up. Trust me, I have about 60 ml left, and out of this I already have orders of about 40 ml, so I'll be left with 20 ml of it. So I'm officially sold out of Amongst Waves by Gallagher. I'll be asking Daniel to ship me more. Maybe it will take 7 to 10 days. If you want to try it out, we'll still take the bookings, but yeah, there would be slight delay in processing those, but you can secure yours. That's Amongst Waves by Gallagher Fragrances. Third one is called Bergamot. As the name says, it's bergamot based. Bergamot, when I talk about bergamot, Aventus is the backbone of Creed. Aventus is bergamot. The reason for reformulating Aventus was non-availability of the bergamot they need. They get it, and patchouli, bergamot. So that bergamot is what makes Aventus. That gives a backbone to Aventus. So that's why people compare it with Aventus, but this is nothing like Aventus. It's not a clone of Aventus. It's a much better scent if you get into it. If you see without any bias, this is a better one, right? Coming to notes: bergamot, ocean mist, cedar, orange blossom, ambroxan, white amber musk. All amazing notes. It's a great freshie, more into everyday use. Like I talk about, like Amongst Waves, there's like very sharp musk melon, green apple kind of one. This is a little bit on the subtle, and bergamot is the main note. Bergamot is one thing which I absolutely love, right? So this is bergamot. Coming to the second one, this is a 50 bottle limited edition. Daniel made only 50 bottles of it, and we own 10 of those. He was kind enough, because that is one which is vaulted, and he kept it for future, and he was kind enough to give me all of them. So this is called Bergamot Noir. So it's bergamot with lot of smoke. What is smoke is actually birch. What makes Creed smoky one different from the Creed fruity one, the new ones, is the birch, right? So this is with added doses of birch. If I show you the color of bergamot, this is transparent, and look at the color of Bergamot Noir. That's the birch in it, right? Bergamot Noir limited edition. It's like, I would say, it's smoke bomb. For 2 hours it's full of smoke, and then it turns into bergamot. Blown away with this house. Trust me, guys, you must try it on. At least if you are not buying full bottle, I'll tell you the pricing. The full bottle costs $135. If you convert it, it comes to 9,800 rupees. That is like 10,000 rupees for 100 ml. So that might not fit into the majority of the guys here, but you can buy a 10 ml of it. So at least if you love fragrances, you want to smell something very different, very unique, very complex, that gives you a high, at least try a discovery pack of Gallagher. That is what I would say, right? That was Bergamot Noir. Another smoky one in the whole line is called Peaches and Campfire. The name is interesting, intriguing, and this gives you that deja vu that you have smelled this before. So it's a peach based scent. There are very few peach based scent in the market. There used to be one called there was plum based, so sorry. So there are very few peach based fragrances, and that's what makes it so unique and so different. Coming to the notes, it's peach, balsam fair. So categorization is clear, it's balsamic. There is oregano, there is patchouli, there is saffron. So this is very exotic, and it is also smoky. So it's like smoky peach. And imagine you're on a, as the name says, peaches and campfires, that smokiness coming from the campfire, that smoky along with the peach, sweetness of peach, that's like a very unique combination in itself. That's Peaches and Campfire by Gallagher. The next, this is the core series. These 5 I got for our launch. I'll be getting more of it very soon. When we get a brand on board, we start with their top sellers and see the response, restock them and get the new ones. So that saves us a lot of money, and that's like the smart decision to invest your money into these indie houses. So next one we have from Silk range. So in Silk range they have 5 fragrances: tobacco silk, vanilla silk, and there are 3 more which we'll be getting in phase 2. So the good thing about these are very unique and ingredient based. Like tobacco based, it will have tobacco as the main ingredient. Vanilla silk is vanilla is the main ingredient. The best part is you can club them together, layer them together, and make a different fragrance altogether. So if you have 5 fragrances from Silk series, you can use it in any permutation and combination and have a different scent every day. So that's how it is. Individually, standalone as well, they are very good. I mean, they're not incomplete, but they are very good at individual as well. But for more experimenting, if you want a different combination, you can try. Like vanilla silk and tobacco silk, if I layer them together, I'm gonna get the indie version of tobacco vanilla. But yeah, depends how much vanilla I'm spraying, how much tobacco I'm spraying. Individually also, tobacco silk is a hit. I'm sold out of this as well. Like amongst waves, I have like 25 ml left of this one. But again, we'll be taking the orders for discovery sets. I'll be getting them in say a 10 days time. So that was about Gallagher Fragrances. We have 7 fragrances in discovery set. I've put discovery set on sale on my website, and you can order these 7. We will be charging you for 6 and giving you 1 from our side, 6 plus 1. So that was about Gallagher Fragrances. Another, and trust me guys, it's one of the best brand I've got. I mean, one of the best. I love it. The first one was Dua, which was a hit in 2017. Gallagher is going to be in 2018. Coming to our next house, let me come to the background of it. If you guys have been on Facebook, especially on the international communities Facebook group, so you might have seen this guy, Michael James. He's the creator of this house. So this fragrance, things are an addiction, and till a boundary it remains addiction and love, and once you cross that boundary, it's insanity. So and that's what happened to me, that's what happened to Michael and a lot of other people. So this house is called 1850 by Michael James. He was a fragrance connoisseur, a fragrance collector, and then he got into launch his own brand. So that's like the highest level of insanity when you decide to launch your own brand. So the perfumes are created by Massam Reza, owner of Dua Fragrances. So the first, so how this works basically, Massam is very much accessible. It's very active on Facebook. So if you have a good idea, a good project, you can hit him up. Hey Massam, I need to make fragrance of my own, and he'll be always giving you a positive reward. So that's, and whatever Massam creates, by default we get it in India. That's how our collaboration is. So the first house, we have discussed this before. It's called Grey Matter Uno. Launched 1.5 years back. Sold over 50 bottles, and I still keep a stock. Though you know there are hype a certain period when a fragrance is on its peak, like Sauvage, and you sell like everybody's after Sauvage. Then the hype dies. That happens with the commercial fragrances. Once they market it to you, there's an age of marketing, and the curve looks like this. With this, there's no curve like this. So we still stock it. Still, somebody walks into my store, I show it to them, or I send a sample to anyone. They absolutely love it. This is interpretation of modern barbershop. If you love Habit Rouge, if you love Boucheron, this is like the modern touch. It has leather added to it, and this is like super potent. 12, 15, 20 hours and still fresh. So that's what Uno is. So this was in collaboration with Joey Neves, which is a celeb stylist in Hollywood. So this was the first one Massam created. This is the second one which Massam created. It's called 1850. They have 4 fragrances for now, and we have got 3 of them. 4th one are in transit. And basically the whole inspiration of this line is city of California. California, if you know, in the United States is the hub for perfume. Most of the reviewers are from California. Most of the perfumers are from California. I would say, though it's just a rough estimate, more than 70% of fragrances, niche fragrances in the United States are consumed in California. That's what I would say, right? So this brand came for love of California and love for fragrances. When they both combined, they came with 1850. So the first fragrance in 1850 is called Chaplin in Venice. I haven't sniffed it. I haven't given a serious sniffing, so I'll be sniffing it for you live. The notes. So basically, this has been inspired from iconic neighborhood of West Coast, Mexico. So this composition basically is more citrus. I'm gonna read out the notes for you guys. It's neroli, bergamot, bitter orange, petit grain, right? So these are all fresh notes. So this is a very high quality freshie. Again, these are in extract composition, so they're gonna give you an amazing performance. If you love fresh scents, these are really high quality original compositions. And this one is more neroli, bergamot, and bitter orange. That's what I get it from him for this fragrances. This one is so unique. I think I need some time for them to do a full-fledged review. I'll be introducing them. So this is a freshie, right? And it's called Chaplin in Venice by 1850. The second one is called Chateau by 1850. From the first spray itself, I already smell something, and that is bourbon vanilla. So it's got a lot of vanilla to it, and vanilla is one note which, you know, most of the people who love fresh, vanilla is not fresh. It's completely different genre altogether. People who love vanilla, you sniff vanilla and you're on cloud number 9. That's how it makes you happy. The vanilla is such a happy note. So this one is vanilla based fragrance. Notes are bourbon vanilla, cedar, incense, benzoin, musk, and labdanum. This fragrance gives again 10-12 hours being an extract. It's called Chateau by 1850. The third one in this line is called La Jolla. La Jolla. The name itself is so jolly, so friendly, and it's inspired from Pacific waters, Pacific Ocean. Coming to the notes of it, and this very interesting composition. This is a gourmand, of course. According to me, this is a gourmand, but more you wear, it may transform into something else. So coming to the notes is cacao pods, it's Mexican vanilla, it's tonka beans. Yes, that thing that hit my nose was tonka beans. Patchouli, white musk, tobacco, honey, pink pepper, dates, almond. It's a pretty complex scent with dozens of ingredients, and all are quite prominent. All ingredients are quite prominent in this one. This is fourth one is called the Black Dahlia, which I'm yet to get. The name sounds interesting. It's going to be a dark fragrance, that's for sure, by looking at the name. So this was about 1850. There are 3 fragrances we're carrying right now. I'm gonna quickly show you the presentation of these. These are how the boxes look like. So the whole theme is very summery, something tropical with a lot of palm trees and on it. So it's 1850. Quite a chic brand. The presentation, I love the quirky presentation. The boxes are nice, and the bottles are. We have seen these bottles. I think in Panna, London, the bottles are similar. So these are very handy. I love these bottles, guys. If in future we are launching smaller variant in TrudiBleu, it's going to be like this. Trust me, that's for sure. So guys, this was about it. These are the 3 launches in 2018. First one, our own in-house TrudiBleu London. I again insist you guys to try it out, give me a feedback about it, and samples we are giving free of cost only when you decide to buy a full bottle. So it comes free of cost. When you buy samples, you can adjust that money on purchasing the full bottle. Second one is Gallagher Fragrances, indie house, amazing quality, hits you on the nose and head. Third one is 1850. If you love fresh scents, if you love something uplifting, happy, go for 1850. There are 3 fragrances here. And for this video, what I want to do, we are giving 100% cashback on TrudiBleu samples. All you're gonna do once you get the samples, you have to write a review either on our YouTube comment or on the website. If you write on YouTube comment, we're gonna put it on our website, or you can directly put it to your website. We need your help and support to get this brand to the masses. We want people to see what are niche fragrances. Like, people are spending thousands on designers, Dior, Chanel, Burberry, CK's, Davidoff, and for the same amount you're getting a niche fragrance. So this will be out in almost all the stores. It will take time. We signed up with 6 stores in one go. From next week we'll have these in 6 stores. We're gonna announce it soon. Slowly we'll expand it to the other stores. The whole idea, this stuff is on the shelf other shelf, other stuff like CK Davidoff or any designers are at the similar shelf. You sniff these cost 6,000. You sniff these also cost 6,000. It's a clear decision. You go for these because presentation wise, these are niche. The real perfumery, no marketing gimmick here. It's more marketing on the other designers. So guys, we need your love and support in this one. We need to make it work, and we'll roll out some more variants in this one. Right? It's Mohit from Projekt Perfumery India signing out, and we're gonna see you soon.